Hi, welcome to my website. Can you just introduce yourself for us?
Hi, I'm David Anthony. I'm a staff worker with UCCF based in Southampton, covering Southampton and Bournemouth.
Brilliant. And what's most struck you this week at New Alive?
Well, I've really enjoyed a track called Relational Thinking by Michael Schluter. Really mind-blowing kind of stuff, just getting us to think about how God's a relational God, because God is Trinity, and therefore the way God views the world and what God delights in the world is seeing right relationships, seeing loving relationships in every aspect of life. And I think the thing that struck me is we've tended to confine that in church circles to being right relationships at church, right relationships in the family, but actually do we ever think about relationships when it comes to big things like capitalism and the way businesses work and things like that, and every part of life. And so if there was an audit of your company but on a relational basis rather than just a money basis, how would it do? And he was saying some of the stuff that actually companies are starting to realise actually that it's the health of the relationships in a firm that actually make it firms actually be most competitive now. So it's not actually something that undermines profitability, but actually goes hand in hand with it. So fascinating stuff, and it's left me lots to kind of think through and wrestle with. Another fascinating thing he was saying was actually he thinks this is a major reason why churches often tend to be full of women, is that men spend the majority of their lives wanting to engaging in business and stuff, and they're not hearing anything about how the gospel affects business in normal preaching and stuff, whereas actually the gospel applies to every area of life, including business and how we conduct business. And so actually that would engage men much more if we were preaching about these things and showing how the gospel applies to every area of life.
So it's really taking the gospel beyond the walls of the church into the rest of society.
Yeah. And it's not just the gospel being a kind of band-aid to put on the wounds of society,
right,
but actually treating the wounds themselves by looking at social reform and adjusting the very structures of society, so that we're living in a more healthy society all round, where less of the problems will crop up. If there are more healthy relationships all round, then things like crime and ill health and everything and stress levels will reduce. So actually it benefits the economy and the society all round if we are doing better relationally.
Any key Bible passages you would give to someone thinking through these issues?
Just the fact that Jesus says the most two important principles are love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul and mind, and love your neighbours yourself. That's the principal keys that God views the world with, is through the lens of love. But we so often forget that and think other things are the major thing, like money.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for your thoughts.
Great, my pleasure.
Bye.